Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. It has been a really long time, I think since February or January, since I have actually sat down and recorded a video that is talking to the camera. I put a couple of vlogs out, but I haven't done anything to the extent of sitting down and talking to you guys. I think it's honestly been since my what I got for Christmas video, which was actually back in December now that I think about it. So this is very long overdue, but I am really happy to be back and settled in my new place. Obviously this is my new desk setup, so I'm really excited to kind of be settled in and able to set the camera up again and talk to you guys. Today this video is going to be a little bit different. It's something that I have kind of put off for a couple of months just because I wanted to kind of get a hold of what I was thinking and feeling about it. And if you read the title of the video, you know it's about hair loss. And so I'll just go and jump right into it. Back in, I believe it was the beginning of April, right around the time I moved, I was parting my hair and putting dry shampoo in it, and I found a bald spot. I think it was like an inch in diameter. It was about the size of a quarter, if not a little bit bigger, but it was a spot on my head, kind of like right in this area, and I can still feel it, but just didn't have any hair there. It was totally gone. And first I had to do like a double take because I wasn't sure like if I was imagining no hair there or where it came from, and it just like freaked me out. So I texted my mom and I texted Jason, and I was like, I am missing hair. Like, I have a bald spot. I took a picture of it and I sent it to them, and it just like didn't set into what was actually going on. But the first thing that I did, well, I guess the second thing other than texting Jason and my mom, was I started Googling what was going on. And obviously this is probably a really bad idea. Going to the internet when you have a problem and trying to diagnose it yourself is a huge mistake. So I started going on the internet and nothing led to cancer or anything. It honestly all went to alopecia. And not knowing what that was exactly had me kind of stressed. It said online that it was a sudden bald spot. You don't know where it comes from. It's always in like a perfect circle, which is what mine was. And yeah, I don't know. It just was so freaky reading online like this happening to a bunch of people and thinking, is this like actually what's going on? I thought maybe it could be a hair product that I was using. I just switched dry shampoo, so I wasn't sure if that's what it was. But I ended up talking to my mom, and we scheduled a doctor's appointment, well, a dermatologist appointment, the next day. So I went that whole day just freaking out. I cried pretty much on and off all day, just trying to wrap my mind around the fact that I was dealing with hair loss as a 21-year-old girl. And I think honestly it was really hard to come to grips with, and I don't think the first day I actually, which is, you know, totally normal, I don't think I actually accepted the fact that I had an autoimmune disease. And so I just kept holding out on hope that like maybe it was a product that I used, or maybe it was like diet or something was going on. And so I just was like, I don't have alopecia, and I didn't want to accept that until we went to the dermatologist. So fast forward to the next day, and we go into the dermatologist, and again, I'm trying to stay hopeful. I'm trying to be like, okay, you know what? It could be a product. So I was going to ask all these questions, like, do you think it's the product? Do you think it's diet? Do you think it's stress related? And all that stuff. So we went in, and the dermatologist took a look at the spot, and within 2 seconds, he was confirmed that I have alopecia. And so I guess I'll go ahead and explain what that is. Alopecia is an autoimmune disease where it causes your autoimmune system to attack your hair follicles, and only your hair follicles. So it's a disease that is terminal. It's with you your whole life, and what it is it just causes sudden hair loss, and there's no real reason why. It's pretty much genetic. And I guess severity can kind of be genetic as well. And so coming out of that appointment, first I cried at that appointment because he pretty much confirmed that I was stuck with this autoimmune disease, and I was just, I don't know, as a 21-year-old girl, and you're a blogger, you're a YouTuber, you're like your job or career is based on appearance and how you look, and to be told that you experience like premature baldness is really, really hard. And I cried a lot, and I think that's why it took me a couple months to sit down and film this video, is because it took a couple months to cope with it and to accept what was happening, and it took a couple months to clear my mind on how to move forward. But I guess, so that's kind of what happened, and really the purpose of this video is I wanted to sit down and I really wanted to talk about how I coped with it, in hopes that maybe there are some of you out there who deal with alopecia, or know someone who's dealt with it or who is dealing with it, just because I don't think anything can prepare you for this. Like, it's so funny, and I wanted to approach it in the terms of like being a young woman, and then being someone whose appearance is out there as like a job. Like, it's part of my job to look nice and to, you know, do all of that. And so I wanted it to be more of a way to talk to you guys about how I dealt with it, so that maybe it could help you guys deal with it, or you could learn things, or you could just learn about the autoimmune disease, because I had no idea about this. It's one of those things where you are like, that will never happen to me, like it happens to other people, but it doesn't actually happen to me, and it did. And the reality is that I will have this my whole life, and right now it's not that bad, but it could flare up, or I could lose all my hair, or I could lose all of my body hair. So its severity differs in case, but the potential of that happening is still there, and it always will be my whole life. And so I guess I'll just go ahead and start with kind of that first week of dealing with it. The first week was honestly the hardest, as it should be. It was like mourning a loss, and when I mean mourning as in like it was mourning what could have been, I guess. It was mourning the idea of like beautiful hair forever, which is totally, you know, it's so appearance based, obviously, and of course you don't have beautiful hair forever, but never in a million years did I think that at 21 years old, sorry, the lighting is changing a lot. I didn't set up my lights, so I hope these are okay. But at 21 years old, I didn't think that I would be finding bald spots in my hair, and I didn't think I would have to deal with like the possibility of losing all of my hair, eyebrows, lashes, all body hair. I didn't think that was even a possibility at 21 years old, and I didn't prepare for that. And that first week was a lot. It was a lot of emotions. I cried all of that first week. I felt angry. I was so mad that this was happening to me. You know, why me, God? Why did you give this to me? Like, this is my job. My job is to look good. Like, I can't go through this. It's not fair. Other people don't have to deal with this. So there's a lot of anger, a lot of bitterness, a lot of me just not wanting to accept what was happening. And then, you know, along with that, I would feel guilty because people were dying of cancer and people were going through much worse things. And for me to be upset about my hair, it just seemed so silly. Like, and so I would, you know, I'd feel grateful for it just being my hair and having the autoimmune disease that really only affects like hair follicles. And so I was grateful and I was angry and I was sad. I was just so sad. I was mourning like my hair. My hair has always been something that I've loved my hair, if we're being honest. Like I loved my hair. I still love my hair. It's something that I always really liked about myself. It was something that made me really confident. I've always had really thick hair. It was always really pretty. And sorry, that's my puppy. She's right by my feet. So if you hear a little dingling, that's her down there with her little collar. But yeah, I felt angry and I felt happy, like grateful, and I felt sad, and I felt just so many things. Like I don't know, like I'd say like every other hour I felt something different. Like I would feel 1 second like, oh, I can do this, like I can, record a video and I can put it up on YouTube and it would be used for good. And that's true, but that's not, that isn't what's gonna heal the pain. Like and I think the hardest part of all of it is that when you're a Christian and you're going through something like this, you feel this pressure to be okay, because you feel this pressure to say like, God's got this, like I know he has this, like I'm not stressed, this doesn't faze me, I'm rock solid, like I'm okay. And I wasn't okay. Like I wasn't. This shook me, this moved me, this broke me, this really tried my spirit, this tried everything in me. Like I have never gone through something where I literally had to put down on the line and say appearances don't matter, because I'm beautiful because of who God made me as. And if I lose all of my hair, that does not change my value, that does not change my worth. People will still love me. And that was really hard. And sorry if I like start to cry, it's so real still. And I can't say that I 100% believe that even still. But it really makes you reevaluate your life and what's important, and it just puts a lot of things into perspective. So that first week I took time off, I stopped working. Work didn't matter at that point. I was losing my hair, I was dealing with something health related, and yeah, so I took excuse me, I took a good couple weeks off of working and doing anything. I wasn't answering emails. And I posted about it. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I did post about it on Instagram, and I posted about how I felt in a very raw way. Like I didn't want to sugarcoat it. I didn't want to put out there like, oh, I'm great and it's okay because I'm trusting. And I was trusting, but I didn't want to be fake with you guys and say that I was okay and that I was feeling great and that everything was okay, because it's all happy butterflies, because it wasn't, and it hurt a lot. And it was really, really hard to go through, and I would never wish this on anybody. Yeah, I would just never wish this upon anybody. Even though it's just hair loss, any alteration to an appearance that you can't control is really hard, and it takes a blow to your confidence. Oh my goodness, like I started wearing hats, even though I didn't need to wear hats. I felt like there was a hole in me, like I was broken and that something was wrong with me, and I just felt like I always had something to hide and had something to cover up. And no matter how many people tell you that you're still beautiful and it doesn't matter, and it matters to you, and I think that that's okay. I didn't give myself enough grace the first month. I wanted to be okay for other people, to show that I was strong and to show that I was a good Christian and I loved God, and that, you know, if you're a good Christian, you're not shaken by this. But I don't think that's fair to you. And I don't think I gave myself enough grace in that first month, to really just say, Chloe, like, you're not okay. And that's okay. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. And I think the reaction that I had to want to just brush it off, get back on my feet, to keep moving, keep working, I think that I think I just didn't give myself enough grace. I don't think I allowed myself to be human and to be hurt and sad. And I think if I had to do it again, which who knows, I may, you know, it could always flare back up, I could find more spots. I think I would give myself a longer time to sit in it and to really think about it, because in the beginning I just really wanted to shut it out and distract myself and forget about it and pretend it wasn't there, when the truth is, it is there. And if I do it again, I will take my own advice and I will cope with it in a different way. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on the past, I don't know, what has it been, like 6 months now? Like I said, it's been a really long time since I've jumped on here, and I'm really sorry. I meant to get back on and share with you guys, but that kind of just put a halt on my life for a while. A halt on my life for a while, and for good reasons why. I wasn't gonna jump on here and say, hey, everything is great, I'm gonna use this for good and you guys are all gonna be inspired, because that's not the right way to heal. So I needed to heal. I needed to come to grips with what was really happening. And so now that I feel really comfortable to be on here and to say that life is okay. Like, life goes on. I'm very blessed to not have a severe case of alopecia. There are people out there who lose all of their hair and who lose their eyebrows and their lashes and their body hair, and I am thankful at this point to not have to deal with that. When I first got diagnosed with it, it was very unsure. I very much could be dealing with it, but since the last time I went to the doctor, he pretty much said that I have a less severe case of it. So I'm very blessed to not have to go through that. But for people that do have to go through that, I feel your pain and I feel your sorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to jump on here and say a little bit about that and just kind of educate you guys on what alopecia is, and just kind of shed light on the situation. I know a lot of people messaged me and said they knew people who were going through it, or they were going through it, and it was honestly a great way to connect with people and a great way to find common ground with people. So I just wanted to put this up here, and yeah, I don't know, maybe let it inspire you, maybe let it help you understand what other people are going through. But that's what I've been dealing with since April, and it has been an up and down roller coaster, and it's still something I deal with. I still have the bald spot. It's probably going to take it's probably going to take another 6 months to even kind of grow back. Hair is really hard because it is such a painful process. If any of you have tried to grow your hair out, you know it takes a really long time. So starting from literally scratch, from a bald surface to growing back, is going to take some time. But it's an everyday reminder that we're human, and our bodies are not invincible, so take care of yourself. And just know that, like, the body is temporary, and you know? So it's not the end of the world. As bad as it seems, which it felt like the end of the world to me, life goes on and people still love you and you still have a whole life ahead of you. Hair or no hair, you are capable of accomplishing what you dream of. So take this as a you can do it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of let you guys in on my thought process and how I dealt with this. So if you guys enjoyed this video or are new to my channel, I would love it if you guys would subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you like these type of like life updates. I love hearing you guys' comments as well, so feel free to leave a comment below. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video.